What's up, everybody? Yeah, you already know I don't have an intro for this podcast, but I'm here. This is Tony Awdball with an odd conversation with some very special guests.
Annoying neighbors, Box and Rolo.
What's up?
Wait, do you like to go by Rolo?
I don't care.
Wait, he just said
no
that
preference.
randomly, and then I was like, "Fuck, I guess I'm gonna call you Rolo."
I don't mind at all.
Oh, wow. I know, yeah, there's so many different names that everyone has. Like, man, I'm like Tony Awdball, Tony with an I, Sugar Dick Daddy with the candy nuts. Like,
Oh
dude, I
shit,
have a
damn!
lot,
What
dude.
the fuck?
You know what I mean?
What was that last one?
Sugar Dick Daddy with the candy nuts.
Damn, rolls off the tongue so good.
I mean, it's kind of just fun to just say out loud, too, you know? It's like one of those, like, verses that you hear and then you just keep repeating it.
How did that originate?
Well, got a sweet dick. No, I'm just kidding.
I was like, "Damn, okay."
No, honestly, nah. I just
That's why she didn't want you to leave. Bring that sweet dick back.
shit. I know, right? Shout out to my baby. But, nah, man. Yeah. So this is like my first time doing a podcast in over a year. You know what I mean?
yeah,
I was
dude.
just thinking, like, I was just on your guys' show last week. I might as well, like, all right, let's return the favor and get me back on the road once more. And then once again, I think this is like the first time ever someone's interviewing other people at their own studio with their equipment. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, hey, I didn't even think about that, but yeah. But I mean,
Yeah.
this is dope, bro. Like I told you, I'll help you out if you ever need me to come by. You
Oh,
know?
no. It's all like love and blessing on this side right here. You know what I mean? But yeah, shit. Well, I met you guys at Thought Fest. That's something that's like very interesting. I didn't expect to get that much work in at Thought Fest. So shout out to 6 East for that one.
For real.
Oh man, my mouth dry. But I'll get my water in a little bit. But
You need another beer? No.
shit. Hangover. I'm good. I'm on recovery. Yeah, but let's just get back to the origins of the whole thing right here. You know, like I understand this is like probably the same thing you're gonna be asked on every podcast. I just try to get all that common questions out the way. So where did the whole annoying neighbors thing originate?
It's like I guess originally with me it became like I was really into podcasting already, and I listened to a lot of Gary Vee. So like he would always be like, if you're gonna do it, go get it. You know, he would just say some random crazy shit where I'm like, yeah, he's right. Like maybe I should do a podcast, you know? And I was listening to Joe Rogan. At the time I was their photographer for his band. So
The River Rats.
yeah, River Rats.
Yeah.
So like he was doing his thing. He wasn't even thinking about podcasting. I think the second episode, me and you, huh?
Yeah, I think so.
We got really like
Lit.
yeah. Well, I think I was drinking. I was at that time. I was like a full blown like alcoholic. You know, like I was drinking, partying, selling. You know, like I was
His ass.
yeah, selling my ass.
Yeah,
Not definitely not drugs. If the police are listening.
Damn, sometimes
But
it your
bad
booty.
choices.
It's your booty. You know what I mean? I'm just saying.
Yeah. So
Mhm.
I think once that happened, I already did music, so I already knew how audio engineer. I did photography, videography, so I made one of their music videos. So when it came to this, it was just so natural, and I still wanted to be relevant in some sense of making like music or like because this is me like interacting with other artists. So like I say, it's a cheesy thing to say. Like maybe I stopped rapping, but I still got a mic in my hand. You know, I got a mic in front of my face. You know.
Yeah, like you have a voice inside the scene.
Exactly. So, yeah, we launched the podcast, the first one in 2018. I don't think you were there, huh? If you watch
No.
it, the very first episode, we're all on drugs, just drunk and just like,
Is that on the same channel or?
yeah. It's
Yeah.
oh no, it's on my purse. Is it on my personal? I think it is, but I was just too lazy to bring it
Move
over. Yeah. So, and then 2018, got into it. 2019, took acid, took a year off because I realized like my life is what am I doing? And then 2020 is when I kind of re-brought it back with my homies. We're in the pandemic. It was 420 actually when I brought it back on 2020, and we were all getting lit. I'm like, I'm gonna set up one camera right here, and we're gonna record it. And that's initially how it got re-ramped, I guess. Is that the right word?
Snap.
Re-ramped? I don't know.
I think like revamped.
Revamped. I was
Oh,
like
man.
ramped. I was re-ramped.
Is that what he's
Yeah, we need a fucking
I'm
dictionary
lit.
here,
I'm
dude.
lit.
You know?
But yeah, that's initially how it got back into it. It's a longer story, like how it led up to it, but like that's the smallest version of Annoying Neighbors, And then he started doing a podcast too, because the band kind of like, it's a band thing. You know, there's gonna be problems. You know, some people this, that, the pandemic.
It's just everything with groups.
He has his own podcast called Don't Try.
Don't Try?
Yeah, so I helped co-host that, and then since we're always kind of just doing it together, he became the co-host for Annoying Neighbors. So it's just like he has his own where he kind of like, oh man, just explain it. Explain Don't Try.
Yeah, what's just a podcast too?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I've been chilling on it right now and shit. Just been focusing more on like the music and shit, cause the band came back like kind of full force. So we've been doing that, and I've been trying to write my own shit, and I'm just kind of like more in the mindset of that right now.
No, yeah, I bet.
Yeah,
I mean, like, give us like a little backstory about the River Rats.
Well, we started out here in Riverside. We're just like we started off with me, Marco, and Frankie, the three of us, the guitarist, no, the bassist, drummer, and me. I've been jamming since high school. And then after high school, we got in a band called Los Rudos, who happened to be in this like ska scene. But that was like
ska shows get down too.
Yeah, that was pop.
Yeah.
We were like in metal bands our whole life, and none of our shows ever popped. Like it never got anything close to the amount of people that this scene gets. Where it was like, oh fuck, like if you could play a show every weekend for these people, like you can make money and shit, you know, like
yeah.
If like the demand was there for your sound and shit, and so we were in this band called Los Rudos, and then the person who started that band went to the military, so then the rest of us didn't want to like take on his band's name, so we just started a brand new band called River Rats, and then we kept that going, and then that gained more popularity than we ever got with the other band. And then we just were like, all right, we just ran with it now, and then yeah, after the pandemic we kind of slowed down and shit, but now we're kind of like back, and yeah, it's pretty cool. Like it's I mean, we're all older now, so it's like different. It's just like a different mindset. Like like before the pandemic, going hard in this shit was still very like naive, very like probably focused on the wrong things and shit than like the, you know. But now it's more like, oh fuck, like it's like back, and I just feel like it's more like on a steady pace instead of like going fast, you know.
Yeah, exactly. You know, consistency is key, man. I don't know if I'm saying that word right. I think my mouth is that dry. Consistency is key.
Oh yeah. No, that's what I'm trying to like get at right now. It's just a consistent work vibe with music, creativity, with shit. Being consistent with something that you know that if you give it your all, it will give you something back, but it's not gonna give you anything for a long time. So it's like, can you still motivate yourself to do it in that moment that it's not giving you anything back?
It's very true. I mean, you know, shit. Like I said before, man, I you know, this is the first podcast in a year that I did. You know what I mean? So, you know, it's you know, it's really hard to keep yourself motivated, especially when like the funds aren't coming in the way that you know, with all the amount of work that you put in.
Oh yeah.
You know, but then you know that goes to show like how much you really want it. Yeah, it's all good. I remember my first time.
It's the backwood.
Oh, yeah, definitely. But
dude, it's also like the money too that people don't see. Like, yeah, it's hard work, but like investing, like all this shit, like it took me trial and error to figure out like certain mics, buying this program to eliminate editing and GoPros, and like if I bought this camera, attach that, oh, that's not gonna work. Like it records for 30 minutes, it stops. Like you gotta like figure out little things and spend money, and then it's like people don't see that. Like yeah, you can just easily pull up a phone and just record like this, but like realistically, how's that gonna work?
Well, I mean, you know, like I mean, it's not a bad look. Like it really isn't, but especially when you're starting out, so everyone's gonna you know, pick up on it, and you know that's why I love it when people like used to ask me like, oh, so what? We're just recording this off the phone or something? I'm like, oh yeah, man, you're balling on a budget right now. You know,
yeah.
You gotta find a way to make things work.
Exactly. Yeah, eventually, you know.
Not talking shit on people that start like that, but I'm just saying like,
if you keep like that for a long time, it's like eventually,
like you can't
if
show
it's
up.
what you want to keep doing, like eventually it's got to keep getting better.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like you can't like just fucking. I mean, you could. I was gonna
And then
say
it goes
you could go to red carpet with the fucking
it goes the other way too,
iPhone.
where people like buy a bunch of equipment, badass shit, but then whatever they have to offer is not even like anything worth having that much equipment for. You know what I'm saying, or whatever. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
I see
sometimes
that. I see
the
that with
equipment
like,
doesn't make you.
yeah,
you
like
know?
with artists, like those some fool come with like the best guitar and the best fucking amp, and then that fool fucking sucks, and it's
Yeah.
like.
Well,
It's
yeah, it's like people driving like those like fast ass cars, but don't know how to work them right.
Yeah, dude. So it's like you just gotta like find, keep failing at it. That way you like like, oh well, like a fucking, it keeps sucking because of this, and eventually you realize, and it's sometimes it's like the simplest shit, and you don't even notice until like you do it a few times, and then you go like, oh okay, I eliminated these options of why it is, and then now like, oh it's this, like,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like for example, like us too, like we did an album where we recorded it just ourselves, like super cheap, like super sound quality whack, whatever, but like we made sure that the songs were like, you could feel them whether or not it was recorded professionally or not. Like you could feel it if you just heard it on your phone. You know what I mean? So like,
Yeah.
we did a bunch of songs though, like 17, 20, 22 to 17, something like that, to where like, if you don't like them all, at least you'll like 5, and that's gonna be like the 5 that will motivate you to want to go see us or something, you know?
No, hell yeah, it is. I
And-
mean, look at all the SoundCloud rappers back in the day.
Yeah,
I mean,
and the,
man, they would just record out the phone and just, the levels are so off. The levels are really
Yeah.
off, but
but the
you can't
message,
deny it.
the message gets across. Like you can tell, like, oh, these
Mhm.
fools know what they're doing. These fools like you feel it's a vibe. They created a vibe, and you can feel, what's up and shit.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's I think it takes a long time to develop a vibe, and also like a long time to like feel like it's worth it for you to like invest in the shit that you're trying to do, you know?
Mm. You guys know the relationship or like correlation with like bands and like hip hop, I know like at least the punk scene back in the day, the punk scene and hip hop actually fucked with each other a lot because they both were kind of just like fight the system type of things
Yeah.
to just speaking out their everyday lives, and so and then it's just an expression, So you can have like a band like what's like a good punk band? Like you have like someone like the Offspring. I know they're not punk, but like you can have like a band like the Offspring, and you can still correlate that in with like like artists like like the City Morgue or Zilli Kami, anyone in that type of suit right there, even Suicide Boys,
Yeah.
It's just like they take influence from all like the historical
Yeah.
music and bands and such. I don't think a lot of people understand that.
Like the hip hop fools who are like having fools mosh at their shows and shit like that,
Mhm.
kind of
Yeah,
like
it's
the
just
rock
pretty sick.
aesthetic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although there is complete differences in the mosh pits for sure.
Oh yeah.
Like I went to see MXPX 2017 2018 I think it was, and mind you, this is when I just like started going into mosh pits at like hip hop shows because I didn't know that was a thing. And like those ones are fun, like those ones, like at least hip hop shows you guys are just like everyone just like shoves each other and like along with the beat and stuff,
Dude.
But when you go to like like the like punk shows and stuff, oh my god, dude, they do the circle pit, so you're like okay, and the next you're getting like knees to the thighs, like you're getting dead
yeah.
meat. Oh my god, dude.
I seen a girl at one of your shows. It was in LA, straight up get socked in the face, bro. I was like, oh shit. Every time I go with my girl, I gotta like hold her back, like oh shit, like come back, like. But yeah, this girl was like moshing. No, she wasn't even moshing. She was actually standing, and this guy was just throwing fists and just fucking bow. She got hit, and she's like pushed him. But like I just remember she was just like that, like fuck, dude, like it fucking hit her hard. Dude.
Have you ever heard of a hardcore dancing?
Like like I'm not. To be honest, I don't know. I don't know if I'm pretty sure I've seen it. If
We're like, so when there's heavy music, there's a thing called a breakdown. We're like,
Oh,
yeah. So like the song will be like da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, right, and the breakdown would be like a middle part where it'd be like da-da-da-da-da-da-da-dun, dun 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 dun, just like a slowed down fucking heavy like super head bobby thing, and fucking people at that point do a thing where pretty much they're like, it looks like they're fighting invisible ninjas.
Yeah.
They're just
they're swinging.
They're just swinging,
Oh my
throwing
God.
kicks and shit. And
Yeah,
like,
bro.
if you get in, like, they're not trying to hit you, but if you get in their way, they're fucking throwing with power, dude.
I seen a guy do it like the windmill, just fucking walking through the crowd just like that. I was like, this guy looks like he's an IT tech too. He glasses, everything. He didn't give a fuck.
And,
So this is where I let off my fucking rage.
I'm sure,
Fuck
like,
you, Kevin.
yeah, straight up. I'm
Just
sure,
fucking
I'm sure,
hitting
I'm
people.
sure, I'm sure that girl experienced a fucking full hardcore dancing and
gosh.
just got in the way and bam.
Yeah, because I just remembered that was a solid sock, and I was like, ooh, I think the crowd, ooh,
Yeah.
everybody's seen that. But
Ah.
it's one of those shows where you can't blame him.
I was like, you know where you're at.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
you know.
Yo, have you ever seen like that? I think it was a viral video. It was like this one black dude at like one of those like hardcore shows, and like he's like up against like the railing. There's like the whole pit right there, and then there's like these like 3 white dudes like lined up, just like trying to stay out of it, but they're like watching, and then out of nowhere this guy just started like doing the whole like just 1 arm swing, 2 arm swing. All of a sudden he just fucking turns around. There's like a fucking back like spinning back heel kick to the fucking dude. Bah! And then next thing you know, he went up to the 2 white boys and just 1 sock in the head. He
Oh,
boom, boom, hit them both. And then I read the comments and one of them was like, he was there for racism.
damn.
Dude, that shit was funny. But that's the thing, like, cause I have a really good friend. Shout out to Ricky. Like that's his thing. Like he's into like the
Likes it,
hardcore
yeah.
thing. Like he loves that stuff. And what's it called? Like I was telling him, like, dude, I want to go to one of these shows at least. He's like, well, just be prepared. Like that's basically what he told me. Sometimes like even people like just be like swinging from like one end of the pit to the other, and just like they'll turn around last second and just throw their elbows back, right? So like spleen shots, gut shots, whatever.
Yeah.
It happens.
I seen fucking at one of his shows, people jumping off the stage and just fucking like straight up kneeing people in the crowd.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't remember? I forgot who it was, but like they jumped off the stage, but like it wasn't even that crowded. So the first time they did it, everybody moved. He just went down, and then the second time, like they tried catching him, but there wasn't that many people. So like he kind of like kneed someone in the face, and they're like, oh, he's trying to carry him, but then he like kept falling down.
It's all fucking
Yeah.
UFC and shit.
Yeah,
Fucking.
the flying knees were coming.
Yeah,
in.
I've seen some people like
Flying
fly
knee
and
thing.
just like completely fucking miss, like just jump and then everyone is like he either went straight to the cracks or everyone just got out the way. I've seen that happen a couple of times.
I'm scared to do that shit, and there's.
Dude, I only stage dove one time, and that was at a Denzel Curry show in L.A.
Oh shit!
And
for real?
yeah, like originally I was just trying to crowd surf, and then they threw me onto the stage. And mind you, there's been so many people like being thrown on stage and jumping off. So I think like once I was getting to the stage, Denzel was already like tired of the shit. So he was just like,
Yeah.
I see him like rapping still, but he has a hand out like this, and I'm like, I kind of have no choice, dude. Like,
Yeah,
you know,
you're on
I'm
stage. Yeah.
yeah, like I'm flying to you. It's not my problem. And then once they get up on there, he just grabs me by my shirt and like throws me in the back.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, and that was actually the same night I interviewed JK. But
Damn.
we didn't meet prior. So when he threw me back there, it was JK the Reaper, Estop Brady, Yoshi Tompkins. Man, I don't know who else was. Oh, I think like Ronnie J or something. A lot of people like pretty much like his crew right there. And then they all like looked at me. And I'm like, "Sup?" Like I was like, okay. And then they're like, "Dude, you have to jump off." What? Like, yeah, just jump off the stage. And I'm like, "Okay, I'll catch you after the show." And I pointed at Jake. I'm like, "I'll catch you after the show." And then I just ran off and then just jumped into the crowd. And
he didn't get mad. He's just like, fuck it.
oh, dude, I was no. Nah, I knew I missed something because when I jumped off, they still threw me back, and I'm like, dude, this is not supposed to happen. Like this is like there's a lot of crowds that threw me back. And then
that was your first time trying it?
stage diving, yeah. But
Oh
when
my
I
God,
when I jumped,
that's the most awkward. Like,
Because they getting back on the stage.
no, but get this. So
Oh
it was
my
first
God.
it was jumping off,
yeah.
and then when they threw me back on, Denzel threw me off. Like he just grabbed me by my shirt,
He's like,
and then.
the fuck out of here.
Yeah, really what it was, but he waited. He timed his throw perfectly because like he just grabbed me by my shirt and like to start rapping, had me like this, and then all of a sudden right when the bass dropped, then he just threw me and I'm like, dude, I'm just gonna go along with it. And I went to the crowd, fell through the cracks, and I just went to the back with my cousins. I'm like, they're like, oh, that was sick, and I'm like, dude, that shit was awkward.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, like crowd surfing is fun, but it was awkward.
That's funny, bro.
And then like someone else got on stage, and then Denzel was like, "Dude, I'm about done with you." And then he went to go like tell him to get off, and then he like smacked Denzel's hand. So everybody hopped out from the back, ready to beat this dude up. And then security grabbed him, took him out, and then right after that, Denzel was like, "Look, next person gets put up on stage, gonna beat the fuck up, straight up."
Oh shit.
And no one tried to sense. And then after that next song, he goes, "Okay, look, hey, sorry, I lost my cool real quick, guys. You know, we're here having a fun time, blah blah." And I'm like, "Well, I wasn't trying to go up there, you know, but hey, shit happens."
Awkward was the.
That's funny though that you fucking had to deal with that. Like, I've always wanted to, but I've always been kind of like big, so I feel like I can't do it.
You felt like you're just gonna weigh everybody down.
Yeah, I mean, I weigh like 210, so like if I jump on someone's fucking.
Oh yeah, dude.
I see my other homie Eddie. Eddie's always fucking stage diving, and he's like 150 or 40, so like he's a kid, you know. Everybody's like, "Oh yeah, light guy," but if you get a heavier guy, 100 more pounds than that, everybody's like, "What the fuck?" Is that? Like,
dog, I saw ASAP Ferg trying to fucking crowd surf.
Oh yeah.
And man, what I could see everyone struggling trying to lift him up. And this is when he was heavier. Like dude was fat Ferg at the time. And yeah, you know, like I'm like, dude, it's not for everybody. You know, Schoolboy Q did the same thing. And there was an interview I seen, and he said like, I was flying in the air and I only had one or two options because everyone kind of like spread out a little bit, and there's only this girl right here in the middle of me. So do I just leave my arm up and possibly fuck my ribs up, or do I just like tuck in my elbow and break this girl's nose? Like, what do I do?
Oh man, he broke the girl's nose.
Shit, hey, did
he?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh shit.
I didn't remember him talking about
He has to have his ribs, bro. He can't perform without broken ribs and shit. Like he can, but he's gonna be like very calm on stage only.
It's one of those things where it goes back to what you said. You're at a rock show, and if you're close to the mosh pit, you're gonna get hit.
Yeah.
If you're in the very front of a rap show, and someone jumps off, you can't be mad. That's gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
You know. That's why I don't go in the front. I'm not in the front. I'm chilling in the back, enjoying it. Hey, speaking of Schoolboy Q, one of the dopest rap shows I've been to was his, and it was back in 2017 or 16 at the Observatory. Holy shit. Like, just watching him perform from start to finish, that was like one of the major rap shows I ever enjoyed from start to finish. Like, it was nonstop me jumping. Like, I don't know if it was because I was already turned, but it was just such a dope night. And Schoolboy Q knows how to, like, rock a show. Like, he's fucking dope.
I've seen him a couple times, and every time it's always been really fun.
Yeah,
he really knew how to throw a show. I'll definitely tell you this much though. I think the Flatbush Zombies.
I wish I could see
They have probably one of the best sets you can ever see. Because like there's three of them. While one person's rapping, the other two are still like keeping the crowd energized at all times. I don't know if they're still gonna do it now, but they would like jump in the crowd and start moshing with you, crowd surfing, all that stuff. But I remember when I seen him at the Observatory, and that was like still my favorite show.
What year was this?
2014.
2014.
Wow. And it was the Underachievers and Flatbush Zombies.
What album do they have at that time? When they dropped Odyssey?
That was right before that one, because the next year they dropped Odyssey.
Oh, okay, sick.
But the thing is though, is that what's it called? Dang, that's actually a really good line. That's a really good name right there.
Odyssey.
Yeah, but AWD.
Yeah.
Odyssey. Yeah.
I have a song called Odyssey, but I spell it ODD. Odyssey.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that AWD Odyssey.
Yeah, that would make them. All right, sorry. I'm gonna But what's it called? But like it was like I bought those tickets spontaneously. I really wasn't even a fan of them like that at the time. I was them and the Underachievers. We went to their show live, and we wanted to go in the front. And dog, that energy once you walked in, you can't really find that so much. It was immediately like all like fucking fun. Everyone turned. That's the first time I seen mosh pits, and I'm like, what the fuck?
At a rap show?
I thought that people were just brawling. I thought they were just like fighting each other at first, and then eventually like I noticed that they're just doing this, and they're all shaking hands after, and it's still doing it. I'm like, wait, this is a mosh pit? I was like, oh, okay. Started going, we started having a fun night. Underachievers went on, killed it, and I thought I was already tired. I'm like, dude, I think I already got my money's worth. And then next thing you know, Flatbush went on and it got even way crazier.
Yeah.
Like, dude, I didn't think it could get more crazy.
Better than that.
It was insane. And then they're like, all right, we need to catch a breath real quick. And then they went out back, and all of a sudden you start hearing "Smell Like Teen Spirit."
Oh,
then,
okay.
Dude, man.
They covered that shit?
No,
they just played it.
They did it so they could keep the energy up.
Oh, that's tight.
And then they're like, all right, hold on, we're gonna catch a quick break real quick. And then all of a sudden, dum 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 dum, like everyone already knew, and then once like it got to like the build up, everyone opened the pit up, and then I was like, I'm gonna try to mosh pit out one time, and then Flappers ran out on stage, started throwing water. Everybody was going crazy.
Yeah.
Everyone screaming at the top of their lungs. That's how you do a good show. You know what I mean? Like, as for yourself, like, you know, like you, either whether it's like a River Rats or whatnot, like how do you keep like the attention and the energy leveled?
I guess for me it would be I dance with them. You know what I mean? I dance like if I'm singing and shit or whatever, like I'm moving, and I feel like that's what like in my parts what gets like the shit kind of like hell yeah, everybody's like they see me get down, they're like fucking I get down all fucking weird. I just do whatever, you know, like I have no like set standard of how I dance or whatever, but if it moves me, like I'm gonna move. And I feel like people see that shit, and then they're like, "Oh, fool, that's for fucking just doing whatever. Like I'll do whatever." And I just get down and shit.
Exactly, you know.
I have trouble sometimes in between songs, like talking and shit, because if I go hard too, like I'll like try to catch my breath, but I've been trying to practice that more like between talking.
Yeah.
He's also like known for being the dancer too, like and taking off his shirt. Like other I've been backstage with them, and the other bands were like, "What's up?" Like low key capping on the way you're dancing, and then like they'll be like, "Oh, what are you gonna do? Take off your shirt tonight?" Because like when he takes off his shirt, some people like yeah, fuck yeah, take off your pants.
Like it ain't even shit. I'm not even working out or anything.
Yeah. He's just feeling it.
I think people just fuck. Like I said, like if they see you feel it, then they feel it.
Yeah. Are you ever gonna perform in just your boxers?
I mean, like, yeah, sure. Like if it happens, you know, if the vibe calls for it, I don't like to, I don't like to pre-plan.
But just keep in mind, like I don't want to speak for him, but this fool's really humble. But like a lot of people, this fool has like a really dope voice. So like he gets shy when he talks about himself, but like I feel like he doesn't understand how dope he is. Like when he's on stage, because I swear I've seen people like. Not only like sing his song, but like they're just so memorized on him, and even off stage he's just like this, like, hey, what's up? Like he's just like none of that shit gets to his head. So like what you see right now, like you're definitely gonna see that when he's off stage. He's not gonna be like, I'm the shit or anything. Like he's just the same goofy ass motherfucker.
Yeah,
you know, like
I feel that.
Yeah, and that's what I feel.
I'm not calling you goofy, by the way.
I'm fucking. That's what I always thought. Yeah,
well, tell him how you like looked when you were growing up. Like this will like used to wear thick ass glasses,
fucking bracelets. Like I was goofy my whole life and
so
shit.
you had the upbringing of a rock star. Like you know, a lot of rock stars were like dorky kids.
Yeah.
You know, like growing up.
The only difference for me was that I was a dorky kid. But all my friends were like cholos, so like I didn't have that like, I never had that like, oh I'm fucking my mom, fuck you mom, like weird shit like weird rocker little kid. Like I grew up with like hood kids, and I was just like the only kid with fucking shaggy hair, and all my friends were bald because my mom never let me dress like that, you know.
Mm-hmm. No, I feel you.
And so for me it was like for sure like I've always been chill, but like there's like I guess even when I started doing my thing, there's nobody in my circle who would have been like that's tight because they don't care about that shit.
Yeah.
So I just always like I just like it, and so like I'm gonna do it too.
And I think that's why they fucked you heavy like that. Because like dude, like you're not trying to you know get someone else's like just you're not trying to fit in. Like you're just like, hey, this is me. If you want to mesh with it, we can mesh with it. Yeah. You know.
So none of my homies
were people like that.
Yeah, none of my homies were like, dude, that's Ty, or like I was never expecting any praise because they don't give a shit about that. It's just something that I like, and then so that's how like I've always kept it going. It's just once people started liking our shit, that shit was just like kind of surprising. Like, oh what? Like we've been doing this for years. Like, like we didn't even know how to like take that. Like, oh shit. And then for a minute it'll get to your head, but for me it was always like this is cool, but it's still not where I want to be. So I can never be like, I don't feel right ever like accepting like any bragging rights because it's like this is not even where I want to be. Like
there's still
like there's still more and shit. Like you know if I get comfortable here and think like I'm shit here, then I'm not gonna strive for more. You know.
Yeah, because you gotta remember too. Like again, early on, I mean I wasn't there, but he told me like how people like didn't like how he sang. Like they're like, this guy's fucking whack. He's not gonna be anything. And now he's one
There's
of
always
the,
people like that.
yeah. Now he's one of the most respected in his scene on his singing like vocals. You know,
Yeah.
like he actually like when you hear. I don't know if you like heard any of his like songs, but like he's actually singing. It's not like screaming or like, he can scream too, but he's actually singing on like a lot of them.
Well, we could use a diaphragm with that, so you don't fuck
It's
your,
a good
your-
mixture.
your
It's a really good
vocals.
mixture. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
It just takes a lot. It took a long time to like
to just find your style.
to find
in a
your
sense.
style. Yeah.
Well, I mean that goes for anything though. You know what I mean? Like shit. I mean, we talked about this on the last podcast on the Annoying Neighbors, where like my first interview I ever did, I was awkward, dude. I was nervous, awkward.
I still can't believe he did that. He did it with the fucking. He just randomly did it. Like, you know how the live interviews we did at Thought Fest? That's how he did it backstage with the iPhone.
With who?
Don Krez from the Buffet Boys.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So like with all them, and then you know, same thing with JK. You know, my cousin used his phone, and then like it's funny, 'cause mid interview, like I don't know what we talked about, but I knew it was some solid stuff. And then he realized that like probably like 30 seconds after we talked, we're on the topic, his phone dies because of the fucking memory space. So he's like, hold on, I got you. Fixed
Just
it up real
deleted some
quick.
shit, yeah.
Yeah, and then just gave it right, and then picked up
Damn.
where we left off.
Yeah.
But with you know, because like, you know, like you guys been doing this for a while. Have you guys ever had those encounters where like people recognize you for what you do?
Like with like podcasting and stuff.
No, podcasting, you know, band,
Music.
whatever,
Oh.
like anything recognized for like anything entertainment.
Yeah.
You go first.
Well, I mean, like, yeah. Well, yeah. People have it.
But like any funny encounters or whatnot, or
Nah, it was just always awkward, just because you're like, it's always surprising that people would go out of their way to be like, it's you, and it's like,
yeah.
oh yeah, and then you're just like, it is. I mean, yeah, and you're like, thanks, and then but then you don't like, I don't know what else to do,
yeah,
like, 'cause I don't know what,
Oh
like,
my God.
because like it's like thanks, but it's like. I'm no bigger or different than you. So this is why it's like weird to be like, you know, it's
Yeah.
like me going fucking up to Box when I see him and like, oh shit, but it's like I hang out with him.
Mhm.
Like, you know, like same thing when people do that shit to me. It's like,
I guess it is kind of awkward, but it's also like, I don't know how to say it, like, not like.
if I could do this, get paid and not get recognized, I'll be fine.
Oh yeah, definitely.
that's the goal for me.
Yeah.
That's why like this podcast is just definitely gonna keep me going until I get my, you know, I live comfortable.
Yeah.
And then you know, like I would just, you know, like I said this before too, you know, some people just like to be assholes for no reason just 'cause they're famous.
Yeah.
And you know, like I would just like to go to like 7-Eleven, you know, no one cared, the clerk don't know who I am. Anywhere, go anywhere, absolutely anywhere, no one knows. And then like, you know, but they don't know that you're making a lot of money. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
I mean, shit. I got recognized at a underachiever show one time, and then someone was like, "Oh shit, hey," because my last one was called Why Not TV. And like, "Hey, you're that Why Not guy? Yeah, you're the Why Not guy."
That's
right there.
sick,
And I was like,
yeah.
"Oh shit, all right, thank you, appreciate that." And then I remember telling like a couple people at work that where I'm at now about the podcast, and then someone that I barely talked to, he's like, "Hey, so when's the next episode coming out?" I'm like, "You know about that?" He's like, "Yeah, so and so told me about it," and so I checked it out and subscribed. I'm like, "That's crazy."
Yeah.
All
Hearing,
right.
hearing that's always like good. Like one of my coworkers came up to me and he was like, "Hey, I checked out your podcast. You guys are actually funny." I was like, "Oh shit!" Like,
Especially when they like quote whatever you say.
yeah,
That's
oh,
a
like
different
you
one.
heard it, like yeah.
Mm-hmm.
but it just trips me out because like I don't know, like I don't know if you see it, but sometimes it's only like 50 views or like 100 views. So when someone actually says, like one of my homies from my hometown's like, "Hey, you and Roland were funny talking about Seattle," it's like, what the fuck, like you actually watched it? He's like, "Yeah, dude, I put it on. I feel like I'm kicking it with you right there. Like it's
Mhm.
like you never left."
And that's the best part about doing the podcast. Like you just feel like, you know, cool, calm, collected. You don't just speak the same way you've always done. I mean, that's the way I've always done it. You know what I mean? Like if you ask me personally, I'm actually way more explosive, but I'm hungover today. So, you know,
Fuck, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, going back to that, how you react to people. I remember one time I was at a show. It was kind of recently, like I think within this year, maybe last year. But anyways, some guy came up to me and said like, "Oh shit, you're on the podcast with Roland," like, because you know he uploads "Don't Try" on his River Rap page, so a lot of his
Good
fans,
cross marketing.
yeah, a lot of his fans that subscribe to his River Rap music also see the podcast for "Don't Try." So yeah, when he said that, I was like, because I didn't know he's like, "Hey, you're Box." Like I was like, "What the fuck? How does this guy know my name?" He's like, "I see you on the podcast." So like, it's one of those things where it is kind of weird, but then it's like the best thing you can say, like, "Hell yeah, thank you for watching and supporting," you know, like give him a little dap, you know, hug, and then if they want a picture, but I'm not that famous. He didn't ask for a fucking picture.
Oh, dude.
But I'll tell you this: when I was making music and I was hanging around with a certain crowd, it was lightweight, like anxiety, because I didn't know who knew who I was. Because on my music page, I'll be getting death threats. Like if I see you on the streets, we're gonna fucking blast you with so and so. We know where your block is and this and that. And it was just like, man, like if I'm at the grocery store with my mom and this guy's looking at me staring, I can't tell if he's like, I fuck with his music or I want to kill him, you know? So like my music was more like, it just sucked because I didn't know who was fucking with me or not.
Man, you know that's kind of crazy. You know, like people just have to either be really bored and just have to do this for entertainment, or like they have some real fucking problems. Like, dude, how does someone's music make you hate them so much that you just want to beat the shit
jealousy,
out of them?
man.
My God, dude.
It's also where I'm from, you know, like where I call my hometown the land of hate, you know. Like if people want to do something, they're not gonna be like, hell yeah, you're putting on for the town. They're more like, motherfucker, you think you're better than us or something. Like I don't know if the mentality is like that still, but I remember at the time when I was making music, just because we sounded different, people didn't fuck with us. They labeled us a certain way, and they're just like, nah, fuck that. We won't like that music here. And it was just like, I don't know. We performed. We opened up for like Cool John, and we did a show with Loonies. Like we did a couple things, so I felt like we were doing good, but it was like a half and half. People fuck with us, people didn't. You know?
Yeah, I mean that's the thing I kind of noticed too. Like, man, I be hearing like, you know, when I was going heavy with the interviews and stuff, I was like getting put on so much music, sharing so much music, and it's like, damn, like how are people not liking this? Like this is weird. You know, like some of the most talented, like dude, some of the songs I still play like on repeat whenever it comes, it gets brought up. I'm like, oh,
like which one?
Oh man,
give me some examples.
Well, I think it's fucking called "Read My Mind" or "Read Your Mind" by Pretty Papes.
Okay.
Yeah, I fuck with that song heavy, dude.
Pretty Papes is dope as fuck. Yeah.
I know. I was jealous that you got an interview with him.
Yeah, I was surprised that he came on. He was totally like, he was good vibes, huh? He was just fucking. He's comedy, dude. Like I feel like when I talk to him, like I don't know if you ever like, because obviously you interview people too. There's certain people when you talk to them, you're like, this fool is a star. Like he's a superstar. Like if he made it, you're gonna be like, of course. Yeah. You know, like there's certain people that, well, I mean, even if they suck and they made it, congrats. But like,
I've interviewed some people that I'm like, why the fuck did I do this? Like,
Pretty Papes is definitely a superstar, and I fucking pray that he gets what he deserves. You know?
No, hell no, he really will, because he has that one song going off on TikTok.
Booming?
Yeah, booming. That's still, it's a really good record right there.
It is.
I think Read Your Mind.
I mean, it was on fucking Madden. I think he told me that it was on Madden. It was on some gaming platform. And I was like, damn, bro. Like, I remember when I was making music, the fact if I were able to either tour or get my song on like something, bro, that would mean the world to me. Like, I don't like. We talked about it before because he's the same way. Like, it's not that I want to get rich off my music. I just want to be able to live on my music.
Yeah,
you know,
I mean, you get paid to do what you want.
All that shit. Yeah. Same with podcasting, bro. Like, someone always asks me, like, what's the end game? Or, like, you know, like, what are you trying to get out of this? The fact that I'm doing this and getting paid, like, if I was working at a job, like, I mean, fuck, be realistic. I want, like, at least, you know, 80 grand a year or something. You know, if I can make that with the podcast, I'm happy. I don't want to be famous or anything like you, like how you said, but I just want to be able to just, like, travel, talk to people, and be able to afford a house and raise a kid. You know, give me that, I'll be happy. Like, I don't want to be like a Kardashian fame, you know, Kanye West fame, where if I say Kanye West is saying some crazy shit though, but I don't want to be like to that level where I'm saying something like Joe Rogan and they're like, oh, he's anti-vax. It's like, bro, like, I'm just talking like
that's
I'm getting
people in
high
general,
as
though.
fuck and drinking on my podcast, and you're gonna hold what I said accountable.
But the thing is, though, like that's just everyday life, though. You say one thing, you know what I mean, and it's not if it's not like step by step the way that other people would like you to say it, then you're the enemy. Like that's just how that life is.
What do you think? Okay, what do you think changed that whole narrative? Because I feel like growing up, the biggest thing for me growing up was respect.
The internet. That's it.
The internet, having
internet.
people having like their own say that they say this is my opinion, you better respect that. Because
Exactly.
where I'm from, fool, I don't give a fuck about your opinion. Like you're speaking out of bounds, I'm a fucking you stand up. Like I showed
nobody's face to face.
Nobody.
that's what I was about to say. And like I showed him a video of this guy getting fucked up because he called him a bitch. This guy's like, "You're a bitch," and he's like, "What? Who you calling bitch?" Yeah, you know. Which, I mean, we can say it, but like,
I mean,
yeah,
you know, but that dude that got beat up, he's just infamous.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
he
yeah.
wants to get famous just for
but,
anything.
But it struck home with me because I've literally seen some fool call someone a bitch, like, fuck you, bitch. Is like, what? Who you calling bitch, homie? And then the OG's right there, like, hey, he called you a bitch, you gotta do something.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's just like, if he doesn't do anything, he gets fucked over because now he is a bitch.
Mm-hmm.
But if he stands his ground and dukes it out, you no longer a bitch. You handle your shit like a man. But that you're getting taught that at what, 12 years old, 15 years old?
Yep.
Like, I see my fucking niece right now. I'm like, I praise you to have that, like, mentality of a kid and, like, innocent and all that. Because I seen someone get stabbed, like, at fucking 7th grade. Like, it's just, like, it's just crazy shit that goes on in life where people, like, don't realize there's actions that's going to happen on what you say and how you, like, I don't know. I guess I'm matured young, pretty much. That's what I'm trying to say. Because a lot of this shit that I see is kind of, like, immature.
Like me, I'm mature, but I'm still very immature. Like
Yeah.
I'm not gonna.
But
front
it's a
whatsoever.
good balance. It's a good balance.
Yeah, you know.
Like, because there's people that just say it's my way or the highway, right? You like the Karens, where they fucking stand their ground. That's some kid shit, bro. You're immature. You're really going out of your way because this person fucking did this, and you're like, and he's colored too. He's not white, so the cops are gonna make it bigger than what it is. You're just fucking this guy up. What if he loses his job after this?
Exactly.
You don't care because you can go home and be chilling,
Mm-hmm.
So you're acting like a kid,
Well, but that's just life though. Like that's life nowadays. I mean, so that's why like shit, like fucking just people just feel like they. I just think it's random. Like they always feel like they're just like on a higher pedestal than others.
Yeah.
But then
Entitled. Everyone feels entitled.
Yeah.
Everyone's a narcissist.
yeah.
That too, yeah. Didn't you say that there's a lot more narcissists now?
Just social media. 'Cause everything's just about like what do you think narcissism mean? I used to think that like you're conceited, but really what it means,
In a sense.
what narcissism really means is that you're so insecure that everything you do is to show a version of you that you think you need to be seen as. So a narcissist, so a narcissist is always like fucking like lying to you, fucking just so you like can see them a certain way, because all they care about is how they're seen because they're so insecure. Like it's not that they're conceited, it's that they're like so insecure that everything they do is just to be seen a certain way.
Yeah.
So like it's like like that's why I used to think it was like self-centeredness. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like shit. I had this girlfriend one time and fuck, dude. Absolutely anything and everything had to go in her direction.
Yeah.
And make her look and feel a certain way.
Because if not, it's like it's like, oh, so I'm wrong. So I'm like below you. It's like, nah, bitch. Like what the fuck? Like nah.
Well, but that's why everything stems back from the internet.
Yeah.
Everything
Well, yeah, 'cause
everything is just internet based.
Everyone's only showing
Everything.
you what is good about them. So everyone that sees somebody that's always showing this about themselves and they don't have that, then it's like insecurity right there.
Well, it's not even only that though. It's like it's also speaking on like relationship goals or this is how it is to be a man. Why? Because I saw this post and then I believe in it. And then I see another post that kind of like counters it, and then they're like, that's how it is to be a man. Like, so which is it, dog? Like, which one?
Yeah.
Like people really like live just off what the internet feeds you.
Oh yeah,
That's all it is.
No real life experiences.
Yeah, and we were talking about it, like, some people get influenced by the fucking internet, too. Like, for example, like, say if I'm scrolling through and I see my homies in Paris, and then this fool's doing a show, and then my other people are at a show, and I'm at home. I'm just like, man, my life sucks. I wish I was in Paris. Like, people get, like, they put themselves down, or they're like, I need to do that because they're doing that.
Yeah,
So,
and it's like, it's not even, you get there and you realize, like, I don't even like this.
Yeah,
like,
exactly,
like,
yeah. And a lot of people, what's that shit, FOMO?
FOMO,
they
fear of
have,
missing
yeah,
out.
they have a bunch of FOMO, so.
I know. I remember you used to have that, but then I grew up. Now I'm just like, all right, you guys have fun.
But see,
I'm good.
We're also all in different eras of, like, this internet shit. Because me and you were 93, so Instagram was freshly new in 2011-ish, 10.
Yeah.
Like, he's...
I was out of high school.
You were born what year?
88. When
88.
Instagram was
Damn.
popular.
No.
Yeah.
We do the remake of the Kevin Hart shit. Like,
Kevin Hart.
damn.
Yeah, when Instagram was popular, I wasn't even in high school.
Yeah,
I was confused. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, see, like
So it's Facebook.
we still had, like, a whole, like, 15, 16 years without actual internet. Like, people are born into it. I see my, like, my nephews and nieces, they're on the internet already. They're on YouTube. Like, I remember watching YouTube in middle school, and that shit was dope, but it's not what it is now,
Yeah.
You don't see all these personalities. You don't see what people are doing with fucking $100,000. Like, it was just, I would watch NWA music videos or, like, Mac Dre and shit, It was just music. I would just look up music videos.
Dude, I'll tell you this much, man. I took like a slap to the face by my little sister. I think like a year or two ago, because I think I interviewed Triz and it jumped to 100 views like in the same day or something, and I was like, oh shit, like yo, this is picking up right here.
Yeah.
And then my sister was like, well, how many views do you have like in total? So I looked and it was like 20,000, and I was like, dang. And in my mind, I'm like, hell yeah,
that's
that feels
good.
good.
Yeah,
It feels
yeah,
good.
yeah.
And then she's like, when I tell her, like, oh, I have 20,000, she just goes,
Damn.
and I'm like, what the fuck's so funny? And
Yeah.
she's like, well, and she pulls out hers.
Oh, she has
She did like this thing called a Gacha Life, I think it is, or like Gachas. It's like some younger thing, I don't know, but like she made her own video, and she had 700,000
damn
views on that one video alone, and I'm like, damn dog, like I got shown up big time, But
Yeah,
then again, it's a generational thing.
Yeah,
That's
what I was about to say.
Not many people are gonna go out of the way to try to look up a podcast off like a new up and comer or something.
Yeah,
It's not impossible, but it's like it's not your ideal search. You know what I'm saying?
exactly. My niece just recently did that to me, where she's like, "Your podcast," because I made a TikTok on the Annoying Neighbors, but I'm honestly not active on it. On my other one, I posted a video, I got 1 million views.
Oh,
But this
sweet.
is early on. But on my actual Annoying Neighbors, I don't really got that much. I got like 30 followers, She fucking she's like, yeah, I seen it. You only got 30 followers. Like, she said like that. And I was like, damn.
It's
I was,
crazy how people
she's-
view views.
Bro,
and-
when she said that, it hit me like, I ain't shit. Like, what the fuck? Like,
Oh, that shit still doesn't.
I
get
put
me,
all
dude.
this hard work into a podcast to have a fucking 10-year-old tell me I ain't shit.
Mm-hmm.
And that shit hurt.
I know, man.
Keeping it in the comments. Don't tell me to. Nah, I was kidding.
No, it happens though. It happens because I remember a friend of mine said like, "Oh, I was like seeing this chick, whatever," and it was cool, but I kind of just like ended things like immediately after I found out she had like I think like 15,000 followers on Instagram,
Oh shit.
and I'm like, well, why? Like, why was that the big problem? He goes, "Yeah, dog. Like, think about it. She's just doing it for attention," and but I'm like, "Damn, you insecure."
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like everyone basing shit off the internet. You know what I mean? That's why everything, like, I'd say this right now. The days of human creativity is dying fast.
That's what I was just
faster
telling
and
him.
fast.
I'm trying to detach myself from a lot of things. And I'm just trying to stay bored. Because I've been having trouble writing like lyrics, and that's because I feel like I'm not bored enough. I'm not bored enough to come up with shit, because when I would get stuck back then, when I was writing like for the Hangover Blues and shit, I wasn't into it. I didn't have like a phone where I was like sucked into it, where it had YouTube and shit like that. So I was bored a lot of the time, and out of that boredom, I would like write things, or things would come to me because I keep thinking about them. And now, if I'm bored, I go on Instagram. Now, if I'm bored, I go on YouTube. I go on fucking Hulu. I fucking like, I never give myself enough time to develop a good idea because I keep distracting myself.
Yeah. You'd be
Yeah.
amazed how fucking quick ideas go out of your head too.
Yeah.
Like,
Like, I don't know if
I-
the last time you guys were bored that you were like, holy shit, like I figured out so many like life lessons just being bored.
That's
Nah,
very true.
I don't
That,
think
you know
I've
what?
ever been bored.
I think that's like a new slogan right there. You know, like if you're stuck in a creative route, get bored. Like straight up.
Well, dude.
That's a good one.
Explain the meaning to the title of your podcast. Like,
Like don't try.
yeah.
Oh yeah, which I'm super into Charles Bukowski, and he's like a guy who didn't get like famous for his writings till like after 50. But then after after he got famous during that time, I think he lived up to like 70 something. So like 20 years he went hard like a rock star, like getting fucking groupies and shit, and like, and he's like his whole life he had it kind of rough, and he didn't get that much pussy. He was like not a good looking guy, but he always wrote, like always, and he always like thought himself a great writer, even though he never got any feedback saying that, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
And then he would just like, since he just wrote so much, eventually he found his voice and shit, and he would just send his shit out, and his whole life he lived like in a single like studio apartment, no real furniture, fucking drank every day, a loser.
Yeah.
And he admitted to it. Like, he's like, I'm not fucking trying to be shit. Like, fool, I'm tight to myself, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And then eventually his writings got the attention of a publisher. He gave him a chance, and then that fool got big. Like, his shit was so simple to read, but it's so raw and so, like anybody could relate to it because it was real, you know? And
Yeah.
and then he had this one poem called Don't Try, and pretty much it was like, don't try unless you're going to go all the way. Like, be about it, like let it kill you and shit, like, you know. Is all if you're just trying, it's like you're not really giving it your all and shit. Like, just like don't try. Either go for it or don't try. And then
And on his tombstone
it
it says don't try.
and shit. And
So that
so
motherfucker lived and died by that shit.
yeah, and so he was just like I said, he was just always about it and always like believed in himself even when like nobody did, you know. And then so that's one of those things that has always motivated me, and the whole boredom thing has come about just because I've been noticing like how like they say social media has been fucking everybody up,
Mm-hmm.
and then I try to catch it myself to like, well, how does it fuck with me? Like, I'm fine, right? Like, I'm not fucking over here, but like I am in a rut, and it's because like, oh shit, like I'm not bored anymore. Like, it's like I don't really know myself. You don't really know yourself anymore.
No, that's very true.
You know?
Yeah, it happens that way.
Yeah.
I mean, like shit. Even for myself, man. You know, I'll be bored and I'll just be like, well, you know. But even with my boredom, I procrastinate, and that's my problem.
Oh, yeah.
And so yeah, that's you're absolutely right. Either YouTube, social media, you know, TV, something.
Anything, cause like I was telling
Drinking.
this fool, like dopamine's the motivator of everything and shit. So
Mhm.
so if you're bored, your mind's gonna be like, dude, you need to do something so that we can get some fucking dopamine, cause that's our goal. And so if you're like looking at social media, every time you look at it and you find something you like, that's dopamine.
Yep.
So then your brain goes, oh, just get that, then just do that.
Dude, the
Instead-
scariest one that continue.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Instead of like a fucking building something for yourself, you know.
Yeah.
Like usually your dopamine rush would come out of you finishing a project or being fucking finishing a song for me, you know, like that should where my dopamine come from. But instead, like, oh, I'm fucking, it's coming from Instagram, it's coming from fucking porn, it's coming from fucking anything.
The scariest one that you told me that fucking is the one where you visualize what you're gonna do and you're visualizing it and you're like, damn, it could happen. And then you just but that you visualizing it and making it happen gives you a dopamine rush where you don't do it. That shit fucking freaks me out. Because when you told me that, because it does happen to me, but I've seen other people who are like, yeah, I'm gonna fucking do this, that, and then they get a rush of visualizing.
You get a rush from getting
Like
it acknowledged by someone else.
Yeah.
So if you go up to someone and you're like, dude, I'm gonna buy this thing, right? And then we're gonna put it together, fool, and then we're gonna do this, fool, and then and then them being like, oh fuck yeah, getting that acknowledgement gets you such a rush, enough of a rush that you don't even do it.
Yeah.
Like,
I do that a lot.
yeah.
But that's crazy though, cause like that's how again, we're so stupid but so smart. Like, think about how much we don't know about how we work. Like, it's simple. We just gotta eat good, work out, and fucking like sleep and fucking go upon your actions. But we don't do that. Like, it's a simple thing.
It's just like one of those cases where you just got to live what you speak. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to go in there and you have to put in that work. Man, like when I was like going hard with the whole shit, man, I was not getting acknowledged, but it was something that, okay, cool. Like, I know, okay, I'm getting this more, and all right, cool, more and more and more and more. Once I started getting acknowledgement, and that's very true, and that's something that's like mind blowing to me. Now I'm just as scared of this motherfucker right here.
Wow.
You know what I mean? I'm like, fuck, dude, like, man, I don't want no one telling me they love my shit no more. No, don't even tell me. Oh, dude, I can't wait for the next episode. Like, shut the fuck up. You know, like, I'm ready to just like shut everybody down. I'm gonna be like Kanye West with shit now.
Straight up, dude.
They're like, how's the day today? Shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up.
Man.
Damn.
Shit. Well, what's it called? Like, I don't know how much more time we got on this thing.
We're good.
But
We're good.
I definitely got something to ask though.
It's 10:30. We got like if technically another hour.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah, and then we're at 56 minutes right now.
Hey, this is my show.
Yeah,
This is my show.
let's keep it going.
We got this.
How you feeling? You fucking.
Well, this guy has been up since 2:00 in the morning last night.
Yeah, dude. So I'm hanging in there and shit. I probably might have to head up like at 11.
At least why don't you leave? That's another 30 minutes.
Yeah.
We're chilling.
But quick thing. So with all the experiences you guys have with the podcast specifically and stuff,
This is such
like
a
what are some of the higher points that you guys made with that?
Like, I mean, we got invited to Thought Fest. That was tight.
Oh yeah.
What do you mean by that?
Like something that like, okay, cool. Like whether it's like a person that you guys interviewed or where the podcast took you guys. Like for instance, like him saying to go on a Thought Fest. You know, that's a really good remark right there.
It was definitely.
You know what I mean? So shout out 60 again.
I think that definitely was like one of the first times where I did live interviewing. So I feel like that was one of our peak moments because 60 East blessed us. Like, I didn't even ask him. He told me. And I was like, oh, like, what the fuck? Like, okay, yeah, like, let's do it. Even having 60 East was a blessing because I didn't think he would do it. Like, I was Pretty Papes, Rufio Spins. You know, I didn't think they would be down. Like, when I hit them up and they said they're down, and you know, my fucking like heart, like it gets dopamine. You know, I'm like, fuck yeah, like I get so excited when they say yeah. Like certain people I want, like I even hit up Nate No Face, and he said he's down, but like obviously we lost, you know, scheduling. But even him saying that he was down, that like I think anytime someone's down to do a podcast, I get excited. Those are always a highlight. Because I'm just like, hell yeah, like, we're going to be productive and we're going to have fun, you know? So in my personal opinion, I think whenever someone, like, even you, when I hit you up and you said you're down, right away, that's a highlight for me.
No, hands
like,
down.
It's always a blessing to be able to do this, you know?
Yeah. I mean, then again, like, you know, like, just, you know, you're just recording a conversation, you know what I mean? And it's like, it worked out well, you know what I'm saying? So, like, that's why I'm always happy when it comes to anything like that. Like, for instance, you know, for the Thought Fest, I actually emailed them.
Okay.
And then they gave me, like, hey, you got thumbs up to go.
Yeah.
And
that was my original, actually. I hit him up through the email, and then I was like, well, are you down to, like, I think, because I wanted to be a vendor, and they said, like, a certain amount. I was like, oh, shit, that's like.
Oh, that's a lot, yeah.
Yeah, because we did that with the, what's that shit, the Art Walk?
the Riverside Art Walk.
Yeah, so we set up a booth and we had people trying to come through. I mean, it worked out. We met a couple cool people, but I think it's better to do that live interviewing instead because I can go to each booth and ask them questions versus them like I want to go, but like I can't leave my booth. Who's gonna watch my shit? And I didn't think that when I set up. I was like, why is no one coming? Like we got a couple people, but yeah, I think going back to your question, I don't know. I'm high.
There's been
a
lot of weed smoke.
I'm fucking lit, but I was gonna like, fuck. Do I go back to the question or was he going something with this?
Nah, but you know, there's a lot of weed smoke in the air. So you know, of course, you know, we're gonna get a little sidetracked every now and then.
Yeah, I started spacing out when I was speaking. I was like, what am I even getting at?
But what's it called? Yeah, no, but that whole Dot Fest thing, shit, you know, Jeffy Obvious is the one that introduced us. You know?
Yeah, and Jeffy, shout out to Jeffy, dude. When he drove all the way to from Bakersfield just to come do the podcast, I was like, what? Like, it didn't make sense.
That dude
like,
is very selfless.
The way he acts with his music, that's how I act with my podcast. That's why when he tells me shit like, well, what do you like? I'm like, what do you like? He's driving from like, he's coming to do this. Like, that fucking means so much. Like when they drive to come do this, because realistically, no one needs to drive to do this.
I know, like there really ain't shit to do in Riverside.
They phone it in, bro. Like, FaceTime me. Like, we'll do it like that, you know?
Yeah.
Like, they can easily say that, but they'd rather be here, you know, show some love. I show them love. I give them fucking little treats, you know, or like, I don't know, something. I just try to show some type of appreciation.
No, yeah. I know. That's one thing I want to start getting into as well. You know, just giving. You know what I mean? But
yeah.
we'll see.
I want to get deeper into it, like, find out what they like. They're like a big Power Rangers fan and just fucking give them a toy or something. That's the next step where I want.
Shit, that's like Nardwar status right there.
Yeah, Nardwar is such a fucking. I watched him since I was young, and he like the fact that he does all that. Like, he's one of the best journalists out there, like doing it. Where it's like, how does he even like? He's just so on it, like pop, pop, pop. It's like a machine gun, just lasering. Everybody's like, what the fuck is going on? Like, here's the toy. Here's the thing that you used to sip on when you were a baby. Also, your mom's here. You haven't seen her in 20 years. It's like, what the fuck? Like,
yeah.
It's overwhelmed with dopamine.
Yeah, exactly. The whole dopamine thing, man.
Yeah.
Fucking, I think like one of the more mind-blowing ones, I think it was the very first one, it was with Tyler, the Creator.
Oh, yeah.
The very first one. And I think that was like a big like breakout one, and everyone got stuck.
Dude, even fucking Tyler was trying to fuck around and do stuff to him, but like, he's such a professional that he just knows how to handle it. Nothing can phase Narwhal. Like, he's fucking
dude, it's
dope.
insane. Like, he doesn't break character. He does not break character. It's weird.
There's been some they don't go good, you know, and he's still
Oh yeah, he still has that energy. They're just staring at him like, yeah, bro. That's one of the best fucking journalists out there. Like
music journalists.
Would you say that you're a journalist? Like, are we as a podcaster? We're journalists, right?
Yeah, I would say so.
In that sense?
I would say so because, like, you know, some people just have a podcast it's a bullshit and talk, which is cool. You know what I mean? Like that's how that is.
Yeah.
You know, I interview artists mostly. I would like to get into just like bullshitting, you know, podcasts, but I think I have to wait till the name gets bigger to do so.
Yeah.
But you know, but like talking about you know music with like other people and like learning more about it, it's like, dude, like you're documenting this shit. It's like documenting. People can like find it, and then next you know you're gonna find them on a TikTok video or on a YouTube video about like, oh, like back at this time they did this, and ironically that's what I'm actually like gonna spring into soon. You know, just start just to keep content going, like just like the way you guys are right now, like just always like on it, always keeping going. I'm on my way to doing so. So
yeah, hell yeah.
You know,
well, especially with this, I mean, I hope so.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this is the first episode in a cool minute. You know, being on your show. You know,
definitely. But you know what though, there are some people that I really feel that you guys should have on the show for sure. Like such as like Frankie OG. Frankie OG is tight, man. Him and Nug Life. What's it called? You do, of course, you're gonna get Mike Esco. You know what I mean? That one, we can set that up and we'll plan that one. But then, yeah, we gotta get Noah James in here, dude. Noah James.
I feel like that would be easy if you just ask him.
Noah James. I mean, it would.
He's very.
But it goes back to like, it's like I always feel like people don't want to do it, so I get shy.
I mean, like he's from here, so I mean.
Yeah, Noah James he's a legend.
Like, yeah, definitely. We're gonna.
You had him on?
Well, not like in person, but we did the FaceTime before.
Oh, okay.
And then I seen him a couple of times at events, and like he'll remember you every time. It's crazy.
Oh, bro, he has like the biggest heart. I swear.
Mm-hmm. So that's why I need Noah James.
I see him a couple of times, but like I didn't think he was gonna remember me, and like at Thought Fest, he was just like, my God, like he just like open arms and just love. Like it's always love. And I was telling him on the last podcast, and I was telling Kurt, it's crazy how in life, you know, everybody's like, you know how we're talking about problems of social media and this and that. I feel like it's the simple thing. You just gotta love each other, show each other respect, and if you have love, there ain't gonna be all this other shit. There's no judgment. There's no nothing, because we all accept one another for who they are. And if we can do that, bro, life will be fucking amazing.
Way different.
But since it's not like that, everybody hates each other. Fuck.
I know, man.
Yeah.
You know,
fuck bitches, get money.
That's the slogan, man. You know, people just not. I think that's another thing too with like today's society. The internet is already fucking us up. We have a lot more hate for each other for no fucking reason. You know what I mean? People try to find reasons nowadays to not like people. It's weird. You know what I mean? But then again, I did the same thing before. Well, I didn't hate people for it, but there's just some people. You ever just look at somebody and just don't like them? You know what I mean? Like
I've been there. I can't lie.
yeah.
But yeah, I
Like-
also
like-
feel like it's also the trauma I went through, like growing up.
Okay,
like,
yours is a little deeper.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
like, cause I mean, I used to have to like get in that mode where it's like, I might have to fight right now. Like this guy's looking at me weird, like he knows me or something. So it's like, oh, I gotta get in that mode, you know. Or anytime I do feel like, I was just telling him, like sometimes I go to restaurants, and I'm like the only like brown person there with curly hair, and there's people staring at me a certain way where it's just like, all right, I'm getting judged, but like I gotta play it through, you know.
Yeah.
And
I think the last time I ever felt like I had to get ready for a fight was like last night.
last night when
Yeah.
you're drunk or what?
Yeah, I was pretty fucked up.
What
but, like,
happened?
Long story short, my girl and my girl and like, you know, two of her friends, they're my friends too. But what's it called? We all went to a bar or whatever, and you know, right, we're sitting next to a pool table, and then this chick was, I could tell this girl was like really like gone, like super drunk, and she was like damn near like poking my the homegirl. And then next thing you know, I try to be, you know, warn her. I'm like, hey, you're about to poke, you know, my friend over here. You know, I'm sure it's not a big deal. You know, if you could just say excuse me, I know she'll, you know, move out the way. And then I don't know what the fuck she said to me. I don't remember no more. But then she completely ignored it basically, and was still trying to go. I came back and I'm like, yep, this is not gonna be good. Started poking the homegirl, and then she turned around and, you know, homegirl was like, you can say excuse me, and she's like, well, maybe you don't think that you're in my way? Like, she told her that, and then she was like, look, bitch, we go outside.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, okay, we about to have a girl fight. Her group that was there, the two big dudes, and I'm like, ah, fuck. In my mind, I'm like, I just have to be ready.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
I was like, oh, okay, cool. And then, but I think they all knew that she was fucked up. So the smaller guy came, and I was like, hey, look, dude, I was trying to let her know, just say excuse me. She was like, oh yeah, bro, nah, she's just lit, bro, and this now. I'm like, all right, cool. And then the other big guy came, and I'm like, this guy looked like he's angry. So I was like, oh fuck, man.
He came in with that vibe already, like,
No, like,
for some reason I don't like your face.
no, I think only because like he had the scary look. I thought that
Yeah,
because I went
yeah.
up, like I went up to him too and said the same thing.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
he was like, to be honest, dog, I barely met that bitch today. You know, like she was rude already. So you know,
Yeah.
like whatever happens, I don't give a fuck. I'm like, huh. Thank God we were leaving. I'm like, oh, dude. I was like,
A
yes.
relief, yeah.
Like even the smaller guy would have whipped my ass, but it was like, ah, man. But yeah,
I fucking hate those situations, dude.
yeah. But it was a
surprisingly,
it was a
since I moved down here, I have not had one situation like that.
best to keep it that way. I
Dude,
like it.
I love it. I love it. I'm like, I mean, I love my town, but it's just like, I have like PTSD. The cops too. Whenever I see a cop, I'm like, I'm fucked. Like, I used to get searched for no reason. Like literally, this is a perfect example. I literally leave Wingstop down the street from my house. Literally, like, I just go down, turn left at the light. Now I'm home. The fucking sheriff follows me all the way to my driveway, pulls me over, and then I ask what's wrong. He's like, license registration. I'm like, what am I getting pulled over for? License registration. Don't make this hard. That's like, bro. I even called my dad. I was like, hey, I'm getting searched for fucking no reason. Like, my dad comes out. He's like, sir, get the fuck back. Get the fuck. Like, they're just fucking being a dick for no reason. I'm like, what are we doing? Like, then after all that, all right, good night. Just leaves. No, I didn't get a ticket or anything. He just wanted to check my background, everything, see if the car was
Probably
stolen.
thought you were cute, fool. He's like,
No,
"Yeah,
he's
this
like, I'm
was
about to
fucking
fuck this
fine."
guy.
Man,
He's
yo.
all like, I just want to get a better look and shit. Let me get a better.
Man, I would love to twirl my fingers through that curly hair.
Yeah.
At this
dude.
time,
Yeah, man.
at this time, I had short hair, so I looked like
And this was
I
like,
wanna-
what did I do wrong? And then it feels all stupid. Like, fuck, I just want to look at you. Shut the fuck up.
Hey.
Shut the fuck up. Like,
why you calling your dad?
Yeah.
Why you calling? Yeah.
sir, get the fuck back. Oh, fuck. He's in his head like, fuck.
Like,
Hey.
stop moving those little luscious lips you got
Yeah.
there, right?
Fuck.
You're a lot cuter when you're quiet.
You're fucking beautiful to me, all right? He's all fucking
Did you hear about that state trooper driving all the way from like across
to
the
La
state?
Sierra.
Yeah, you didn't hear
hear
about this
about that?
shit,
Nah.
dude. Fucking, I don't know the full story, but apparently the state trooper was talking to a minor,
He's
15-year-old.
28-year-old
Yeah, 28-year-old.
from Virginia.
Yeah.
He catfished some girl out here.
And, yeah.
Drove out here, killed her grandparents, her mom, set her house on fire, and kidnapped her.
Bro.
Yeah, that's a wild.
And then they shot
What?
that fool.
No, he killed himself.
Oh, did he kill himself?
He was in a shootout with the San Bernardino
Yeah.
County police.
Yeah.
And I guess he shot himself at the end because he realized.
He's like, oh shit, I fucked up.
Well, but see, that's why I'm talking about. Like, there's like a certain like thing that cracks in people's brains, bro.
Oh, they said that I
'Cause
read
he's
in a
been doing
book.
that.
There's something that any person who's ever killed a bunch of people, they have something fucked up in their brain.
It's the frontal lobe, right?
Yeah, something in the frontal lobe. Yeah, everyone's had this. Either they're born with it. It can happen by them going through some traumatic shit. It could happen with them getting hit in the head real hard. But if that shit gets fucked up, there's just something happens to where like you get this impulse to kill and you'll do it, and you feel like you don't feel shit about it.
Yeah, man, it's weird, man. You know, all these types of people. This is sickness out there. It's a real big sickness, and you know what? Like I just can't. I can't. You know, like, I can't really say much, but like, you know, like some people they just gotta do what they gotta do. But a lot of people also gotta remember like I just don't think people are aware of like how people get to this stage in life. You know what I'm saying?
They don't. I feel like there's not that many things to prevent that from happening.
You know what's one of the greatest lines I ever took from a movie is Fight Club, when he starts explaining the whole like reason why people are joining. He said, in this world we're all promised to be rock stars and celebrities and, you know, be rich and famous and all this, but once you get more older you start realizing how it's not the truth, and you start getting fucking really mad. You just want to unleash this anger on something because you're not becoming the fucking rapper you want to be. You're not becoming the rock star. You're not becoming this perfect person that everybody wanted you to be. So the older you get, you're just fucking just like
angry. And
you just have this edge where it's, unless you have a kid, maybe that switches your life because you're like, yeah, I got a kid. But that can make it worse where maybe the kid stopped you from having your dreams. Now you have like, you know, a certain anger on like not being able to accomplish it. So I feel like that, especially now with media, like it's happening earlier now because you're seeing a fucking 10-year-old get millions of dollars. You're seeing these young people get money. So now you're at 20 years old, like, why is nothing happening for me? Like, you get so mad.
I open just as many gifts as he does.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
yeah, it's shit like that probably happens. I just barely thought
I'll tell you this
about
much
that
right
at all.
now. If I had kids or even my sister and she wants to be like a celebrity, I'm gonna be like, don't do it. Especially at such a young age, dude. It's I like I said, I look at random shit sometimes, and man, I went to like a rabbit hole of fucking all the pedophilia going on inside dude. It's
I didn't even know that was like a
disgusting.
fucking big thing.
It's disgusting,
Yeah.
dude. Like that's why like
and what?
Like there's
like B2K. You remember B2K from back in the day?
Yeah.
Like
I
like
think
the
so.
music industry
Baby,
and all that
come
shit.
around, we'll bump.
Yeah.
You know, their manager, I think they were all like teenagers at the time, like 14, 15, whatever. They had them bang each other.
oh
Wait,
shit.
what?
They had them bang each other and had them fuck the manager. The manager's a
Shit.
fucking sick fuck.
He's a
Dude,
guy.
You can look it up on YouTube.
He was a guy,
Yeah, all dudes.
and they weren't gay.
I'm not speaking on their sexuality,
Yeah.
but they
Yeah.
had them do a lot of that shit. That's why Raz B, which is one of the members, was like speaking out heavy on it, and then now it's like
like an actual thing. Well, it's like that whole Bill Cosby shit. Like he was drugging bitches, women.
yeah,
not
that.
bitches.
But then you have like like movie directors and shit. Like what's that fucking movie?
Woody Allen, fucking Roman Polanski.
Yeah, see, like we know the names. You know what I mean, I think it was like Stand By Me, the kid with the glasses.
Oh, fucking Corey Feldman,
Yeah, I think that's his name. And
and Corey Haim.
yeah, and he's making a movie right now, or no, not a movie, a documentary, exposing
So yeah.
all of that.
Yeah.
So but like you hear about all these things, and like of course you hear like Illuminati sacrifice and all this stuff, and I'm like, it's not. I don't know about that part, but you see some things and you hear some things, and then there's been people that I think his name is Speak even spoke on it right there, and he was talking about how he got invited to a mansion party. It's supposed to be a bunch of bitches there, a lot of expensive stuff, cool, and then they were talking about signing a contract for a record label. You know, it's him and another rapper that's still relevant today, which he didn't, say who.
Yeah.
went, and we walked in. It was pretty empty, just a room of all dudes. They pulled the contracts out, saying like, "Hey, if you want, we can promise you everything on this contract right here. All you gotta do is sign, but you gotta take a walk in the room real quick." And then the other guy went first, and they were doing a lot of gay shit, a lot of gay stuff. And then he saw that, and he's like, "You know what? I'm good on this contract. I'm gonna be on my way." They had to sign like NDAs to make sure like they don't disclose like who's what and this and that. A lot of people do that shit, dude.
But why did they want to? They wanted them to do gay shit, so like what, to hold it against them maybe?
Exactly. Think about it. Like all these sex tapes being released and shit, all the nudes, everything. You know, a lot of it is trapped that way. Sometimes they'll even just drug you, and then catch you just, you know, or they'll set it up, make it look like you did some gay shit. And then, oh hey, if you don't want this to be released, you might as well sign the contract. You dig what I'm saying? A lot of these. That's why, like, when I'm hearing about all these stories, I'm like, dude, I don't want to be like this. That kind of discouraged me from doing the podcast at one point too, to be honest. Because I'm like, damn, dude, like, you don't know what to believe or think out there. So, you know, it's crazy. You know, I mean, I could go on a rant about this thing a lot more than I am already. But yeah,
Nah,
all that stuff, I'm good with. I'm
I
not
feel
trying
you
to
on
be part
that
of
because it gets kind of scary who's like watching you, like who's actually like seeing everything you're saying. Like exactly what I said about the whole Joe Rogan shit. Like that fool fucking, they're trying to cancel him for multiple random shit.
People will even do it just, they don't even give a fuck. They just want to
win.
Yeah, they're just like, oh, fools, like, people are going to listen to me if they hear me that I call this fool out.
Yeah. Look at Isaiah Rashad. You know Isaiah Rashad, Top Dog Entertainment. There was a video that got leaked, and it was like him and like two other guys, and you know, like topping each other off or whatever.
Wait, really?
I didn't even know that.
Yeah,
Damn.
dude. Like I first saw it on Twitter, and I saw a lot of people like, I just seen Isaiah Rashad trending, and I'm like, what happened to this guy? Like, I like this guy. It's really good music and stuff. And then everyone like, you know, like just describing like, oh, why the fuck did I open that video and this and that, right? So I was like, nah, I don't believe this. I looked real quick. I saw the thumbnail, and that's all I needed to know. And I was like, oh snap! I mean,
He was doming up some dude.
This the one. There's one like that. I didn't see that one, but the other one, it just showed him selfie first. I'm like, okay, and he aimed down and see other dude going to town, and I'm like, oh snap! Okay, wow. To me, I'm like, I'm still gonna listen to your music because, you know, like
That sucks that they're calling you out like that.
Exactly, and it sucks though because this guy, he don't do nothing wrong. He don't speak out on anything. You can't find any negative thing that he's done. You know what I mean? So people just went ahead and aired him out for doing so.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, that's fucking nuts. And it happened like early this year.
Oh, what the fuck?
I didn't even know that. Yeah.
And then I went to Coachella, and I went to go see his set, and bunch of people. It was already packed out. So like, you gotta tell people still loved his music.
Yeah.
You're like, that's the guy from that video.
Yeah, like, a lot of people saying that.
Get the guy on stage.
Before he even but get this though. Before he even hit the stage, he had the fucking what's the screens? Anyways, the screens in the back.
Yeah.
They played like a little like 1 minute, 2 minute clip of him like clearing all that up and stuff, and even other artists.
Oh, really?
Defending him. They're like, honestly, man, and I think Game said it best. Whatever that dude's sexuality or sexual preference is, does not matter to me. I don't know why it shouldn't have been aired out that way.
What was he apologizing for?
No, it wasn't apologizing. It was like their responses.
Oh, okay.
From like you know, reflecting on what was shown.
Right, so he is gay.
I watched the Joe Budden interview. I guess it's gender fluid. I don't understand that shit though. So it's like it's okay. You can be attracted to dudes. Who cares? Like, I don't. If you ask me, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Your music good. I'm keeping it that way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, he went ahead and fucking, what's it called? He played that video, and then right after, boom, hit the stage, and the crowd energy was crazy. So,
what was one of the dopest performance at Coachella this year?
This year, I'll definitely say Vince Staples.
The one that just passed.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Vince Staples was a really good one.
Okay.
Billie Eilish killed it, dude.
Yeah,
Billie Eilish.
Originally, I bought
Insane.
tickets for like once I found out. Like,
Are you going next year? That's why.
I
That's why I didn't buy tickets for the New Year's Rave, because I'm gonna buy tickets for that.
Well, fuck that, fool. Buy tickets to both. Have
Fuck
fun.
that, was whack, fool.
It's only $100
It's 200. I mean,
For what?
for
Coachella?
Countdown.
Oh.
I'm gonna buy tickets for Coachella.
I want to say, yeah, like Coachella, dude. Like, I was like, that's not $200.
No.
Nah, yeah.
That's a pricey one.
But originally, before the pandemic happened, We bought it for Rage Against the Machines, Frank Ocean.
That was gonna be
I bought tickets for
Bro,
that. Yeah.
That was gonna be
One
insane.
of my favorite bands is Rage Against the Machines.
And think about
Frank
all
Ocean,
the people.
he hasn't performed in so long. Like,
Yeah,
I was so
that's the
excited.
only reason I'm going next year because he said that he's gonna play next year.
Oh, for real? Okay.
Who, Frank Ocean?
He was supposed to play in
Hey,
the
if you
original
listen to this,
lineup,
we're gonna fucking.
and then when it came back, he said, "I'm not gonna play this
Forget
one. I'm
it's
gonna
called.
play next year." So he's gonna play 2023. What?
No, I was gonna say something about what the fuck's the name of it? Coachella. I was like, what the fuck is it called? I'm on.
Gorilla.
That's why I was like bouncing back and forth like.
Nah, but yeah, I definitely want to go, but like that year, I mean, of course, the lineup this year was dope. Whatever, like I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna talk trash.
I just had a free ticket to go.
Yeah, yeah.
So I was
I
like,
got a
why
free
not?
ticket. I got
Oh yeah, they shipped it to him on accident.
Yeah, so
Oh,
it had sold
shit.
out, right? But
Yeah.
but then the pandemic happened, and then people started selling their tickets, and then they had this thing where they were like, okay, like sign up here, and if a ticket comes up, then we'll sell it to you, and then it just gives your card information, and the moment that a ticket is available, automatically you'll have one.
Oh, that's cool.
And so I was like, all right, fuck it. So I did that. And then, but then it got canceled again the next year.
Mhm.
And then again, it fucking was like unsure. And then so after that, I was like, all right, I forgot about it. And then I got a message saying, your ticket's going to arrive this day. And I was like, what? I was like, I was like, oh shit, did the payment go through? And I checked my shit, my bank accounts. I never got a fucking payment from Coachella, so I was like, these fools fucking sent me a free ticket. Like, and so
Next
like,
thing you know, it just go negative. It's like, oh, fuck.
yeah, bro, no, but it
That's
never
happened
happened
to me before too.
Oh,
I'm like,
gosh.
Well, yeah, there's
That was
no
free.
Yeah. So I sold it, and then I fucking So I didn't even go.
Yeah, but that lineup, 2020. Oh my god, I was so excited. Like that was gonna be my first time going to Coachella.
Mm.
that
was
was
gonna
tight, dude.
Yeah, I was gonna see that.
But for sure, I'm gonna get the ticket this year.
I'm gonna try.
And definitely recommend camping. Definitely
Yeah.
recommend camping.
Yeah.
And when you do it, make sure you have like a little group too. It
Yeah.
makes it way different.
Oh yeah.
Cause I went with an ex-girlfriend my first time to Coachella. We camped, and it was cool. But I happened to know some people there, so we met up with them. And once we walked up with them, dude, immediately, just energy rise.
Oh, yeah.
Like of quickness.
That's why I want to go countdown.
I've gone
with the
twice
group.
already.
Yeah.
Yeah. I definitely we gotta get a group going to Coachella, and if anybody's listening, hit me up if you want to go countdown.
Seriously, man.
Yeah,
Shit.
dude, honestly, when we went, it was just 5 of us. Fucking amazing. Like countdown, that was probably the best New Year's I've ever had. Like I was also on ecstasy,
It's gonna be cold as fuck.
bro. You don't feel it until you leave and arrive.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Keep that. I did
Bro,
that.
I was wearing thermals and all that.
I did that at a what's it called? Fucking Beyond. I think it was Beyond. Right there in March earlier this year. We went and originally it was like me and two of my cousins. We were supposed to meet up with other people, but it was just us three. And then it was a cool time. Immediately to start dancing and moshing and shit. And then the second day we like split up. Like we ran into people that we knew,
Yeah.
and then we lost each other the whole night. And then
Yeah.
at the very end we met up, and it was fucking cold.
Yeah.
I was freezing my ass off.
You guys on drugs?
Yeah, the first night, yeah, way better. I took half of ecstasy pill. The reason why I only took half of it is because I did nocturnal, escape the year before. I went with my coworkers and like they party hard, and then they're like, "Oh, here's the pill," and it's like, "Just take half of it," and I'm like, "No, I'm taking the whole shit."
Dude, that shit fucking smacked
I should have
you.
listened because I blacked out the whole night. I remember 7:30 for Green Velvet, and then like every now and then like I remember some things, and I tried going to mosh pit. I got knocked down in like 3 seconds or less, dude. Just boom, and I remember I got knocked out, and then I laid down, and I was like just chilling. I was, like it didn't even occur to me that I got knocked down. Like I'm just there laying down. I'm like staring up
this
into the
feels good.
ceiling. I'm like, dang, man, this feels good. And eventually my friend came up and lifted me up. He's like, all right, you need to sit down. I'm like, no, I don't need to sit down. No. I was irrational. But, like, yeah. And then once I finally came back to reality, it was the last 5 minutes of DJ Snake. And then I was like, wait, who's this right now? DJ Snake. I'm like, I missed the whole fucking rave.
Yeah.
And, yeah, after that, I was like, dude, I'm not doing that again, man. That shit sucked. And yeah, that's why like I went this time, and they just kept telling me like, dude, like no, don't just drink, dude. Just take half a pill. Just take half a pill. You'll be okay.
You'll be chilling.
I did, but like it was a lot of fun and it felt good, but at the same time, it's like, yeah, the depression afterwards sucks. I'm not trying to do that. You know what I mean? Like I that's why I like mushrooms and stuff. I'm not sad. Like in a moment you may cry a little bit, but afterwards, you're not depressed. Like I feel amazing after. Like I feel like I've been cleansed.
It goes back to that dopamine rush that he was saying, that when you take drugs, your shit's like right here. So when you do it, you fucking explode all the way to the top. So when you come back down, it's right here, and you're trying to go back right there, but you fucking.
It takes time,
Yeah,
because you don't deplete.
All those levels, man.
You never release that much dopamine on your own, so your brain's like, I don't know how to fucking get back up that quick and shit.
Yeah.
So you feel fucking down in the dumps.
So which is why I'm practicing sobriety. I know I fucked up yesterday, but practicing sobriety. You know what I mean? That's all it is. Everything else is easy to quit, but drinking is my vice.
Yeah. Nah, I like occasionally drinking, but I've been finding weed is good balance.
I wish I could smoke weed again like that.
Dude,
I
trust
get
me,
stuck on stupid.
I'm telling you, I used to be the same way. Dude, tell him I didn't smoke at all.
Yeah, I always used to be like, come on, smoke with me. He's like, no.
Bro, I swear, I would be like, hell no, I'm good. I don't want to get tired. And then I'll do a fat line. All right,
Let's go.
Yeah, this is what I like. This is real shit, not that pussy shit.
Not that pussy shit.
Yeah.
Dude, this fool, literally, I remember, like, I'll be chilling at his house, and this fool would come out of work, and he'll walk up the stairs, and that fool couldn't even make it up the last 3 steps. And he'll just fall down, and he'll fall asleep.
Bro, dude, I was fucking burnt. But that's because I would have to wake up and be at work at 4 in. Then I do some
But he'll
shit.
go to sleep at 2:30.
I'll do some shit like this, knowing I have to be at work and wake up at 3 to get ready. And like they have shows, practice. I show up, take pictures, and I just, dude, it just became Boopon killed me. Like
I would walk in there and be like, "What's up, fool? Hey, I thought we were gonna go do this. Box, thought we were gonna go do this." It's all right, let's go.
Does it pick me up?
Get back
It's
into
America's cup of coffee.
it. Yeah, man.
Mm-hmm.
But
Bobain.
All right, so
It's
real
11.
quick, yeah. Let me get this question in right before we end this thing right here, because this is what I normally do. Some odd questions for you guys.
okay,
all right?
let's do it.
If you guys could kick it with any cartoon character, who you guys gonna kick it with?
Cartoon character.
Homer Simpson.
Homer Simpson?
That's a good one.
Yeah, why is that?
Because I just always thought that world was cool.
Shit. Yeah.
I just grew up with it, and I always like
Yeah.
thought like, oh, imagine if I lived.
And then Marge over there looking all thick and shit. No,
Oh,
yeah.
hell yeah. Oh, you mean to
Mhm.
smash?
Oh no, just chill. I don't think you want to rub that scalp, dog.
Yeah, to smash fucking Lola Bunny.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I'll give it that one. That's a funny one. I like that.
It's from Space Jam, the 1st
Mhm.
one. I never saw the second one, but I heard they took out her ass and titties.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
The second one?
Yeah, they made her more
Oh
like.
wow, I didn't.
I
know
don't
that.
respect cancel culture for getting rid of Pepe Le Pew and
That
Speedy
too.
Gonzalez. It's like,
Oh shit.
yeah, they got rid of him, man. I was like, dude, this is so stupid.
I think they even got rid of the Miss Piggy from fucking Muppets or whatever.
For what? What, being fat?
No, because she would like pressure the frog, whatever is
To
Kermit.
fuck her,
Kermit?
and
Yeah.
she didn't want. When he didn't
Yeah,
want
they
to, he's like,
canceled her too, dude.
Wow.
Well, 'cause
and she was
they said
always
it-
pressuring him.
They said if you're gonna cancel Pepe Le Pew, you gotta cancel her.
Cause she was always like forcing that food to like.
Yeah, but to hang out with, that's a good question because I don't know what cartoon character I would want to kick it with.
Roger
because there's
Rabbit.
So many, but like,
I wanted to kick him Roger Rabbit when I was younger.
Yeah.
one off the back is Peter Griffin. Like, because he's hilarious, dude. I would love to be around that scene
my
of him
God.
just doing some random shit. Like,
We all need a stupid homie. We all need a stupid homie that you
Dude.
love because they're so stupid.
Exactly.
I have a cousin, it's the same one I always talk about, and my cousin Antonio. One of the stupidest people, but one of the smartest ones, and fucking love how stupid he is. And then it makes me feel better. No, I'm just messing.
Hey, that's good though. That's good because you're right about that. You know,
Mhm.
like it's always fun to have someone that's kind of like, not like again. It's not. It's not. Stupid.
They haven't caught up yet.
Yeah, yeah. It's just hilarious because you're like, dude, this guy does not think the same way I do.
Yeah,
No common sense.
man. And then the final one, because I know we have to get going. You guys are stuck on an island. All right, you have everything you need. You have water, food, bitches. I mean, you have everything you need, right? But you can only listen to 3 artists or bands, but the whole discography. So that includes like their features, all that stuff. What 3 artists are you gonna be
Damn, so
listening to?
all their shit? Oh, that's cool.
So like, let's say you choose Drake.
yeah.
So of course you have all those albums that he has, but the songs that he's featured on too is included.
Yeah.
Fucking Morrissey, Deftones, and I'd say Morrissey, Deftones,
Yeah, that's a tough one.
See, this is why I love this shit. You guys have to really think.
Yeah, cause I can. Morrissey has a bunch of shit. Smiths, all that.
Mm-hmm. Did you go to that show that recently happened?
No.
Yeah, my uncle went for his birthday.
Yeah?
Yeah, he loved it. Mm-hmm.
I've seen him a bunch of times though, so I wasn't sad. I didn't even hear about it till after it happened.
Oh, okay.
I'd say fucking something in Spanish. I think maybe.
Something in Spanish. So we already got Morrissey. You got Deftones.
You know what? Julian Casablancas.
Julian Casablancas.
So that'll be fucking the Voids, the Strokes.
Fucking. See, you thought strategically with this one.
Yeah. So it's like the more the merrier, you know.
Okay. And yourself?
I would have to go with Mac Dre, Bob Marley, and then fuck. I guess I would want some like
Roland.
Yeah. It would probably have to be Rage Against the Machines.
Rage Against the
Against the Machines, Mac Dre, Bob Marley.
That's a good diverse right there, too.
Yeah, because I need a little bit of everything. You know,
Mhm.
like I get to listen to some heavy shit, smooth shit, and then some pimp shit, Mac Dre.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Okay, I like that. I like that right there, man.
I feel like slapping your bitch, huh? Like, fuck.
Hey, there's bitches on the island you can slap now, so it's all good.
Yeah, and then after that, I'll play some Bob Marley. Don't worry about a thing.
No cry.
Oh, man.
Oh my god.
Well, just like an intro, I don't got an outro either, but I am Tony Awdball. This is a non-conversation with
Annoying
Neighbors.
And we out.
Should be like annoying neighbors.
What, do you like that?
That's what it sounded like.
I was gonna say like that could be a cool one right there.